What I'm taking away from Theatres Trust conference is that there's a lobby now that has to do something about injecting into the process the specialist knowledge that we all have, because from what everyone was saying, it's not about the money. The money is there, it's how we spend the money and also how we expend the space. And I think from everything that was said, it's about intelligently looking at the space and how it's equipped, rather than it costing more money for involving consultants and having a very expensive theatre space. Schools can have very good spaces without having to have excessive demands for money, and the idea that we're taking something away from other departments and other subjects needn't be true. It probably requires a three-line whip. It probably does require the Theatres Trust with the ABTT, with the Society of Theatre Consultants, and also the educators themselves. It's important that the end users, and the ones that have had an experience that hasn't been favourable, are the ones who speak up and say, you know, this is a problem and it's a waste of money and it's a waste of taxpayers.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually it doesn't hold well for the future of our children if they can't be inspired to go into theatre and the performing arts because they have a poor facility.
Exactly.
That's criminal. And it costs a fortune to fix. You know, it doesn't cost a fortune to get the right people around the table at the right time. That's very cheap in the scheme of things. Whereas it's extremely expensive once you've got bricks and mortar and concrete around you to actually knock that down and alter it. And the way that the process is set up, that works. The process works against altering things afterwards because the people who built it are also running it, and they've agreed certain contractual things, and they're in legally binding contracts. So also probably the contracts have to be looked at as well. But that will follow on after the initial lobbying, I imagine.
And does it depress you that they seem to have no clue of any such thing as a theatre consultant?
Oh yes.
I mean that...
Yes. I shouldn't say I'm used to that, but I am a little. And people like CABE also ought to realise the value of theatre consultants. They actually exclude them from their documentation.
Oh really?
Yes.
Why? So there's quite a lot of things to address.
There's a lot of lobbying to do in government circles. Yes.
Right. So do we have a good lobbying group?
Probably not good enough. We probably spend more time than we should talking amongst ourselves rather than talking to people that are making policies.
Right.
And government departments.